You didn't say anything. You didn't cry. You didn't change your routine. From the outside, nothing looked different. But your dog knew. They came and sat closer than usual. They rested their head on your leg without being asked. They watched your face with a kind of focused attention that felt different from hunger, different from wanting a walk, different from any of the ordinary reasons dogs seek you out. They knew something was wrong. And they came anyway. This video is about what's actually happening in that moment. Because it is not what most people think, and what it actually is turns out to be more extraordinary. For most of human history, we assumed this was coincidence. Or projection. We were sad, we wanted comfort, and we interpreted our dog's normal behavior through the lens of our own emotional state. Then science started looking at it directly. In 2012, researchers at the University of London conducted a study in which people either cried, hummed, or talked normally in front of their dogs. The dogs responded to crying with submissive, comforting behaviors, approaching, nuzzling, making physical contact, far more than to humming or talking. They weren't responding to distress in general. They were specifically drawn to human emotional pain. But that study only confirmed the behavior. It didn't explain the mechanism. The mechanism turned out to be something much older and much stranger than anyone expected. Your dog has two systems running simultaneously when they're near you. The first is olfactory. Your dog's nose is processing the chemical signature of your emotional state in real time. When you are sad, when cortisol rises, when stress hormones shift the chemistry of your breath and your skin, your dog detects this. Not as a learned association. As direct biochemical information. They smell your grief the way you see someone's tears. It is that immediate, that specific, that unavoidable. The second system is visual and auditory. Dogs have spent 40,000 years learning to read human faces and human voices. They track the micro-movements of your facial muscles. They process the acoustic properties of your voice, the changes in pitch, rhythm, and tone that signal emotional distress, with a precision that exceeds what most humans consciously perceive. When you are sad, your face changes in ways you're not controlling. Your voice changes in ways you don't notice. Your body posture shifts. Your breathing alters. Your dog reads all of it. Once. Without effort. Here is the part that changes how you think about this. When your dog detects your sadness, something happens inside them that is not simply behavioral. Research using physiological monitoring has shown that dogs experience measurable distress when exposed to human crying. Their cortisol rises. Their heart rate changes. Their nervous system activates. They don't just notice you are sad. They feel something in response to your sadness. The technical term for this is empathic resonance. The phenomenon of one nervous system responding to the emotional state of another. It is the foundation of all social bonding in mammals. And your dog has it. Not as a metaphor. As a measurable biological reality. This is why they come to you. Not because they've learned that coming to you produces a reward. Not because they're following a trained behavior. Because your pain activates something in them, something ancient and automatic, that pulls them toward you. But there is a further layer to this. Research from Goldsmiths University of London found that dogs not only approach crying humans more than humming or talking humans, they approach crying strangers with the same comforting behavior they show toward their owners. This is remarkable. It means the behavior isn't primarily about attachment to you specifically. It's about responding to emotional pain in humans as a category. Your dog isn't just wired to comfort you. They are wired to comfort the species they've evolved alongside. 40,000 years of coevolution didn't just produce animals that are loyal to their individual owners. It produced animals with a generalized orientation toward human suffering, a built-in pull toward beings in pain. When your dog comes to you when you're sad, they are expressing something that runs deeper than your personal relationship with them. They are expressing what they are. There is one more piece to this that most people never hear. Dogs don't only detect sadness when it's visible. Studies have shown that dogs can distinguish the emotional valence of human faces, happy versus sad, angry versus calm, with accuracy well above chance, even when they have never been trained to do so and even when they are seeing photographs of strangers they have never met. They are reading your face the way you read a word. Automatically. Without choice. Without the option to look and not understand. This means that on the days when you are trying to hold it together, when you're managing it, when you look fine from the outside, when you haven't told anyone, your dog already knows. They have known since you walked in the door. What do you do with this? The first thing is simply to let it land. To understand that what your dog is offering when they come to you in those moments is not accidental. It is not coincidence. It is not dumb animal behavior that you are reading too much into. It is a response. A real one. From a nervous system that is genuinely affected by your pain and genuinely oriented toward relieving it. The second thing is to receive it. Not to push them away because you want to hold yourself together. Not to ignore it because you're not sure it means anything. To accept that this creature, whose entire evolutionary history has been shaped by proximity to human beings, is doing the most sophisticated thing they know how to do in this moment. They are showing up. The third thing, and this is the one that takes something, is to notice what happens in your own nervous system when you let them close. When you stop holding yourself rigid and let your hand rest on their side and feel their warmth and their breathing. The same co-regulation that your dog provides to a distressed puppy by simply being present and calm, you are receiving that. In real time. Your cortisol drops. Your heart rate shifts. Your nervous system begins to follow theirs down from the elevated state. You are not just accepting comfort. You are being physiologically regulated by another mammal who came to find you because your pain activated theirs. They knew. Before you said anything. Before anyone else noticed. Before you fully admitted it to yourself. They came and sat with you. That has a name now. It has biology. It has 40,000 years behind it. But it felt like love then. And knowing what it actually is doesn't make it feel like less. It makes it feel like more.